Texas. Game 3 between these. Of course, San Antonio won Game 1 on the road against the defending champions. Thunder, underdogs for the first time in 33 playoff games, plus 3.5. De'Aaron Fox back in the lineup for the Spurs after suffering that right ankle injury. And Victor Wembanyama, yeah, he's the one, the uno, sizing up Isaiah Hartenstein, step back 3. And then the steal by Wemby to Fox in transition. Spurs up 12-0. Next possession. Devin Vassell, 15-0 run, the longest run to start a playoff game since 2020. But SGA and the Thunder were like, yeah, we are down, but we are far from over. The drive to Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, not available in this game, but the Thunder were down just 5 there. Less than 40 to go in the first quarter. Fox finds Wemby, deep 3. Wemby had 7 points, 3 assists, and 1 block in the first quarter. Spurs were up 5. But in the second quarter, SGA, he's the leader, the man superior, right? He proves it. That's his first bucket of the game. That's a 3. Thunder get their first lead. And then bumps the defender, mid-range, goes. He had nothing in the first quarter. 9 points in the second quarter. And then here he finds Alex Caruso, tipped out to Williams, corner 3. 14 points, career playoff high at the half for Williams. It's a 7-point OKC lead, third quarter. Vassell with the steal, up to Stephon Castle. He's hacked by A.J. Mitchell, and then Vassell's like, yo, what's up? Yo, you want static? Let's go. Both Vassell and Mitchell, they're giving double techs. Mitchell's given a flagrant 1. Mitchell would leave with an injury after the play. So, let's keep it pushing here in the third. Thunder up 7. Jared McCain drives. Somehow gets the layup over Wemby, who falls out of bounds. Oh, is he flexing on him? Thunder up 75-66. Here Fox to Wemby. Pick and roll for the tough bucket and 1. Spurs down 9 after the free throw. They were down 11, though, going to the fourth quarter. Could they make a rally? They're down 11. Wemby misses the step back. Vassell, cleanup. 9-point deficit. About a minute later, back to a double-digit lead. McCain to Williams, and 1 on the 3. Thunder up 15 after they made that free throw, and then later to put the game away, SGA with a skip pass to Cason Wallace. How about them Wildcats? That's a 3. Thunder go on to win it 123-108. They were down 15-0 to win the game. To start the game, they win it by 15. Here now, George Sedano with SGA.
This game started 15-0 on their end. What was said in that first huddle to get you going?
We just got to go out there and compete. Like, they're on their home floor, back at their house, their regular routine, their shoot around at their practice facility. Like, they were going to come out ready to play. We just got to compete and give ourselves a chance. That's the only thing that we could have did, and we did a hell of a job of it once we got the car back on the road.
Your bench scored more points than any other bench for OKC has scored in their playoff history. What can you tell us about guys like Caruso, McCain, and Jalen Williams, etc.?
Yeah, we have a really good basketball team. Like, 1 through 15 can really play at the highest level. We've been saying it all year, and it's coming to fruition on the highest stage, highest level of basketball. But, no surprise for us. We know what we're capable of. We know what the players in our locker room are capable of.
You started this game with 4 assists before you even scored. What goes into that mentality, when to attack and when to set up your teammates?
Obviously, the opposing team's game plan is to not let me score. And they do that by throwing multiple bodies, which just means multiple people are open. And I got to be a basketball player and make the right basketball play, and I'm doing so, and my teammates are making shots.
The crowd clearly trying to get in your head with some chants. What does that do for you? Does it fuel you?
It does nothing. It doesn't fuel me. Doesn't discourage me. It's part of the game. It's nothing. I've been dealing with it for a long time. I don't really hear it. I'm focused on what's going on the court.
Shea, congratulations, and thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Stephen A. Smith joins us now. Stephen A., it's always SGA, but for OKC, one night it's A.J. Mitchell, one night it's Alex Caruso, Friday night it's Jared McCain. What did you see from OKC in the Game 3 win?
Just the composure that only a champion knows something about. And they went there, think about it, they were down 15-0 to start the game. And they ended the game winning by 15. So from the point of being down 15-0, they outscored San Antonio by 30. They held them to 31% shooting from three-point range. They shot 44% from three-point range. As effective as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was, the reigning league MVP, two-time MVP, with 26 and 12 on the night. Alex Caruso and Jared McCain were both a plus 28 on the basketball court. McCain comes off the bench and gives you 24 points. The other Jalen Williams, while J-Dub was on the bench hurt with his hamstring, the other Jalen Williams that was going to come in there and was supposed to be a big body to, spell for Isaiah Hartenstein or Chet Holmgren, still manages to chip in about 17 points. You saw the 4-point play that, he was converting right there. Just everywhere you turn, no matter what it is, they have something to answer whatever challenge that you throw in their direction. And that's what they did tonight going into San Antonio for Game 3 to reclaim home court advantage in this series.
It's the Sam Presti effect, right? That bench outscores San Antonio 66-23 again in this game. Stephen A. Wemby had 5 shots in the first half. He didn't make his first 2-point field goal until the third quarter. What did you see that OKC did defensively against Victor Wembanyama?
Well, you got Isaiah Hartenstein out there bodying him up at every turn, putting a body on him. Wemby danced on him at the beginning of the game and pulled up from 3, no doubt about that. But for the most part, when you saw that Vassell was getting himself going, De'Aaron Fox had gotten back into the mix. He was going to make 50% of his shots. He was looking to be aggressive. And for once, you didn't have Stephon Castle, as good as he is. Remember, he had 20 turnovers in the first 2 games. So finally, he was off the ball. You were looking to get other people involved, no doubt about that. But also the physicality that Oklahoma City was throwing in Wemby's direction sort of derailed him to some degree. He's still great. We all know that. But the thing about it is at 7'5", to be as slim as he is, I don't give a damn who you are, whatever the opposing team is. If you have somebody remotely in the same size stratosphere as him, what you're going to do is try to use physicality to your advantage because he's rail thin. And that's what you tried to do. And that's what Isaiah Hartenstein has been doing to him the last 2 games. And it's been somewhat effective. He's still got some numbers, but they weren't 41 and 24 like they were in Game 1.
Worth pointing out, nobody in the NBA had more road wins this season than OKC. They get one Friday night. Stephen A., thanks.
No problem.
All right, joining us now here on SportsCenter, Jared McCain, 24 points off the bench, coming up big for OKC. Jared, appreciate the time, but you guys took a couple of haymakers to start that game, being down 15-0. What was the talk of the response, and how did you guys turn it around so fast?
Yeah, we knew coming into this game it's going to be loud for them. So being able to weather the storm, AC talks about it a lot. K-Rich talks about it a lot. Like when we came to the timeout, nobody was down. Everybody was just ready to keep going and throw another punch.
You're in that environment where, you're on the road and they jump into that big lead, but you're also in the mentality that you guys are trying to get home court advantage back after losing Game 1 at home. What was the overall approach for you guys coming into such an insane environment?
Yeah, a lot of it's just executing the details. We know how to play. We know the game plan. And so being able to execute the little things, especially on the road, it's huge. In a loud environment, being able to know the coverage, know what we're doing. We did a great job of that defensively. Chet, Hart, a lot of them did a great job of that.
I want to talk about the defensive plan, if you could, on Victor Wembanyama. He didn't get a 2-point bucket until really late in that game. What are you guys trying to do team-wise to try to limit his production out there?
Yeah, he's an elite player. So being able to be physical with him, but it takes a whole team. And so being able to lock in as one and rebound especially against him. But our guys that were on him primarily, they did a great job of that.
I wonder what this is like for you, Jared. Of course, you got traded from Philly back in February, but you established your role very quickly, it felt like, there in Oklahoma City. How have you been able to absorb sort of their championship medal in a very short period of time?
Man, it's the team, it's the staff. They do a great job of just showing love and being able to give me confidence to go out there and be myself. That's the main thing. When I first got here, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect, and they just welcomed me, and that's been the greatest thing for me throughout this whole process. And I'm very grateful to be here, and every day they show me love. And so being able to go out there, be confident, no matter what, if the shot's not falling, they're still confident in me, and just go out there and play hard.
Well, Jared, you're a good dude, so a lot of people would welcome you to any environment. And you keep playing like this, everyone's going to welcome you to a spot. Jared McCain, 24 points, OKC now with a 2-1 series lead. Appreciate the time, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Jared McCain led an Oklahoma City bench that scored 76 points. It's a franchise record for OKC for bench points in a playoff game. For comparison's sake, the Spurs bench had just 23 points. And on a night San Antonio relinquishes home court advantage, new on SportsCenter, their head coach, Mitch Johnson.
I haven't asked how they're doing. I'm sure they're beat up. They're giving us everything they got. So it's commendable, just the fight that they have. And it's that time of the year where guys are playing with more than bumps and bruises. So just tip the cap and ask as much as they can give.
No, Dylan's injury, of course, played into this, but the bench disparity, what's holding the bench back, particularly Kelvin?
It's, I don't think one thing here or there. I think we were really sharp to start the game and, obviously didn't sustain it, and that wasn't sustainable how we started, but I thought we played very fast. And I think that's something that tapered off as the game went along, and we have to find a way to do that. And part of that's on me to help the whole group, not just the bench, but to continue to play fast and get out and get some easy opportunities. And then obviously thought we could have done a much better job of crashing the glass tonight, making more concerted effort. There's a lot of misses to go get, and we didn't get enough of them.
Coach Victor said last game that what you guys are getting from Shea or seeing from him isn't much different than just what he's capable of doing. I think he had a huge disparity in free throws between first and second half. Was it just him finding a rhythm? Was it something that changed on the defensive side for you guys?
You're asking about Shea's free throws?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably half of them were from undisciplined. First off the floor, he got us out of position and took advantage of it. So I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember all how he got all 12 free throws, but I know a few of them were pretty good defense, it felt like, up until that point. And it's tough because he gets to spots and he makes tough shots, but you got to keep fighting that urge to try to do more and stay with it. And, you look at it, he's 6 for 17, which means whether he missed some shots or we made him tough or a little combination of both. But those 12 free throws helped out a lot, and I can remember at least a few on my head right now that were undisciplined on our end.
Our NBA champion, Iman Shumpert, joins us now. Iman, you look at the box score, and, if it's not A.J. Mitchell, it's Alex Caruso. You're going to get it from SGA. Friday night, it's Jared McCain. You were a great defensive player. How do you go about game planning for what Oklahoma City can do offensively?
Well, it becomes tough. And what's tough to consider, I look more at the plus minus from Alex Caruso tonight because the amount of extra possessions he provided OKC with was enough to be another 20 points if it was just given to one player. Jared McCain did a great job of just continuing to be aggressive. They play within a team offense. One guy drives, he penetrates, he kicks it out. They change sides of the floor. They hit the corner man and always have somebody going to the corner. If they have a double team, they fill the middle. It's just a well-oiled machine. Next guy up type of system.
Iman, what do you make of the way San Antonio is using Victor Wembanyama offensively?
I don't know. At times, I think that they could use him more, but I consider what they've been doing all year. They haven't been forcing the issue. They're not a forceful team. They're going to take what the defense gives to them. And right now, with what OKC is doing defensively with him, making sure to keep a body on him, making sure to take away that freedom to run, that freedom to jump, the freedom to be athletic, and force him to rely on his skill work. I think the only thing that San Antonio could do to help improve anything for Victor Wembanyama is to make sure that he can get to his mid-range. The mid-range game is something that people don't understand, but it can slow everything down for not only the player, for the team, to let them understand that when we need a big bucket, I can get the shot that we need, even if I got to kiss it off the glass. But a controlled 15 to 18 footer is what he needs to go to.
For Oklahoma City, it's worth underscoring. Iman, 76 bench points in Game 3. They wrestled back control of home court advantage. Game 4 is Sunday. Iman Shumpert, thanks so much for the time tonight. OKC goes to San Antonio and takes Game 3. New on SportsCenter, the thoughts from Spurs star Victor Wembanyama.
Mitch noted how you guys started off so well pace-wise, but then it tapered off. What prevented you guys from keeping that pace up and just not sustaining that strong start?
I don't know. The explanation doesn't sound more complicated than this. I will have to watch the film again.
De'Aaron and Dylan had game efforts. How difficult was it seeing them obviously not being 100%?
Yeah, it pains me to see them in pain. I trust that they're going to be healthy soon and come back. But they should take care of their health. It's of course, it's I mean, as always, like we did in Game 1, we're going to have them back.
Gotten a lot of defensive attention your whole career, all year, but has it felt the last couple of games like it's harder to get space, like they're crowding you a little more, making it more difficult on you?
I feel like I have trouble making my teammates better right now. If that's what I should do better. My shooting splits aren't terrible. I need to be more of a team player.
Vic, there were a couple times tonight where Castle was fouled on a fast break and seemed like there was some frustration between him and Devin, maybe all of you guys. You know, you've obviously been in that situation when they're clawing at you and facing that physicality. What's that balance like? Being frustrated, but needing to kind of keep your composure?
No, there's no place for frustration. It's annoying, of course, but we're going to use that, as energy.
Vic, their whole defense seems to be geared towards getting between the guards getting you the ball and you getting to the ball. You've always been able to reach over people or dance around people or whatever. You always had some physical advantage. What do you think they're doing to limit that, and what do you think you need to find within you to get over what they've been doing?
I mean, they're being physical. The difference maybe with this team is their experience. They may be being more smart about it. But we just got to find the answers. We're going to watch film. We're going to figure it out.
Related to that, Vic, the first time that you guys are facing a deficit in these playoffs. Curious to see if you're gunning for Sunday and a response here in Game 4.
Of course. I mean, it's my first playoffs. It's the first playoffs for many of us. Of course, there was going to be hard trials. It's to be expected. But now we're going to see what we're made of.
Victor, a moment ago you said that you to your left. A moment ago you said that you felt you needed to be a better teammate. What do you mean by that exactly, and how can you be that?
Facilitate better, rebound the ball better, get more, push their defense a little bit further, and see how much they're willing to help off of my teammates and feed them.
Throughout the season, your bench has been a huge boost for you guys, and now you're in a series where their bench has a big disparity. Is there anything you guys can do to address that?
I feel like each and every one of us got to be better. It's I think it's just as a team, as an organization, when there's a lot of new experiences, we're just gonna have to find the answers.
Victor, you spent your offseason challenging yourself in the way you train, and it seems like you're always doing everything you can to find harder challenges. So now that you're in this point of your career where you're facing probably the biggest challenge you faced in the NBA, how do you feel right now?
I feel good. My shape, I'm in good shape, I don't have no red alert on my body, so it's good. Got to sustain this shape.
Victor, il y avait une très grosse ambiance en début de match, notamment sur le gros run sur les premières minutes. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler ce que toi t'as ressenti sur ce début de match sur le terrain avec cette salle qui était vraiment chauffée à blanc?
Ouais, c'était super. Chaque fois ça fait un moment qu'on n'est pas revenu. Chaque fois qu'on vient à la maison, l'énergie est incroyable. Et mais on n'a pas surréagi, mais sur le moment, on se disait qu'on s'est mis dans les bonnes conditions pour commencer le match. Et il me semble que c'est la première fois qu'on perd un match après avoir commencé aussi bien.
Victor, est-ce que on a l'impression que tu te libères un peu plus offensivement à la fin des matchs depuis le début de la série. Est-ce que tu peux parler de ça? Est-ce que c'est le travail d'usure que tu fais face à tes défenseurs pour les user, que tu trouves plus de liberté? Et on t'a vu avec Greg Popovich ce matin.
All right, new on SportsCenter, let's hear from the coach of the OKC Thunder, Mark Daigneault.
Daniel Belbia. So follow up on Jared. What does that confidence and fearlessness do for you guys' overall offense?
I think we have a lot of confident players. You know, you saw that tonight. Jay Will, you know, that was a massive first half for him and game. And Caruso, we've mentioned, and Shea obviously has a contagiousness to his confidence. And I just think it builds momentum inside the team. It's one thing to be individually confident. I think we have a lot of guys that are like that. And then when you have a team as connected as this team is, then that confidence becomes contagious. And when there's tough portions of the game or a guy's going through a tough time, that foundation is something that they can lean on. And I think, you know, that has power too.
Then the Spurs have been one of the better paint teams all season and in the playoffs. Just talk about the way you guys were not only able to slow them down there, but stop them from getting shots up there.
Yeah, I thought, save for the first, other than the first 15 points, our defense was really tight tonight. You know, we got back, settled them down into the half court. Our offense had something to do with that. We ran good offense tonight, despite the fact that they were amped up and ready to go. Spurs were. And yeah, it's a disciplined series. You know, we knew that coming in. You know, we couldn't be reckless against them. They're too good with the ball, too well coached, too talented. So you've got to be able to do it with discipline. And I thought we really were disciplined tonight. You know, we made them earn a lot of stuff and really played exceptionally on that end of the floor.
You mentioned Jay Will a couple of times. I know he's been in this scenario a number of times, but how do you describe the trust that you have in him to sort of continually plug him in different situations?
We talk about our team identity being a compete together team. We want to be a team that, you know, even if you don't know anything about basketball and you're watching us play, we want you to say this team competes together. And he is like the ultimate compete together player. His intangibles are through the roof. He's an unbelievable team guy. He's always inside the team. He is really a glue inside of our locker room. Even like a guy like McCain, Jay Will's one of the first guys always that like pulls guys into the team and into the club. But, you know, there's one thing to be a team guy. He's a badass competitor, you know, and he leans into the competition. He's not afraid. And he's got weaknesses as a player, but his intangibles just swallow those up, you know, and so it just gives you unbelievable confidence to put him in any situation. And really whatever situation we put him in, he's ready to rock.
Mark, your bench outscored theirs by 53 points. It's been lopsided all series. As both teams are dealing with injuries, just the depth that you guys have, is that more magnified as the playoffs just go on?
You know, we just try to look at things through the lens of like our own strengths. We're not looking at anything relative to the opponent. You know, like the last thing you want to do is assume that an opponent has a weakness that they don't have, you know, and so we assume the opponent's always at their best and we need to be at ours, and, you know, depth is a part of that, but it's not relative to San Antonio. It just needs to be one of our strengths that we rely on regardless of circumstance, and, you know, we've done a great job of that so far in the series.
Mark, down 15-0, what's the discussion in the coaches' huddle and what's the discussion on the bench?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 48-minute game, you know, reminding them that, you know, half of those points are like controllable, like game plan oriented things. You know, in a weird way, I think that gives the team confidence when it feels more controllable, you know, because it gives you a sense of agency over what happens in the next 46 minutes or next 45 minutes or whatever it was. But this team, you know, we've been in these situations before, We understand it's a 48-minute game, and you just got to get it back on track. But you can't like wait for it to turn. You got to